Well, you just saw a spirited conversation with Mary Clerman. Peter, her companion, just made a very good point. I kind of talked a little bit too much about what I was thinking. I guess when you have a narcissist, I'm not as narcissistic as our president, but I have, I guess, a narcissism problem, and I must apologize. I hope, at least I was audible and I made sense. But with that said, we should have had beers here because we have, your names, please?
Antonio Carannante.
And I'm Rick Stripp Jr.
And we're here for something I enjoy so much, this beer, the Central New Jersey Beer Fest. And can you tell us what your positions are for that and what's going on?
We're the coordinators for the beer festival. We also manage Blend Bar and Bistro, and it's our anniversary event. We do it every year. We've moved it to Mercer County Park Festival Grounds. It's grown to be a large regional event with people coming from all over the tri-state area. It is the Central Jersey Beer Fest. It's 2018. It's our fifth beer festival. Now that we're hosting it at Mercer County Park, it's just become the very large event.
So you originally did it just because you wanted to do it, promote your restaurant, and it kind of just grew.
Yeah, we started with a small beer garden, a few hundred people, and then
literally behind our building, like in a field behind our building.
On Route 33, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right on Route 33 in Hamilton.
And then all of a sudden it grew, and then you got this idea to maybe make it bigger, or what?
Yep. The following year, it grew to tripled our numbers to about 1,000 people right in the backfield, and we were approached right then and there on the middle of the grounds, like, have you thought about moving it somewhere else? And Mercer County Park was one of those suggestions, and we looked around and we decided that was the best venue for us. So,
even though it sounds like so much fun, it sounds like a lot of work. What are the logistics, though, for getting? I mean,
more than you'd think.
More than So what do you have?
We could talk about the logistics of it, but if we start talking about tents and all the other stuff goes into it, you probably get bored and nobody watches.
Not really.
Anymore.
I'm just curious, though. No, but you only have two people when you're running a restaurant. Because what do you have at this? You have, besides the tents, what do you have? So when they walk there, paint a picture. Paint a picture.
So you walk into the festival grounds and you have. We separate the area, but it's a widespread area with 3 different groups of beer. We like to spread it out so people aren't waiting in long lines. So
you're so smart. I hate lines.
So we make sure that we put
Disney World.
Food vendors in different areas, the breweries in different areas, and it gives you a lot of time and space to sample the beers while enjoying the outdoors and walking from one brewery to another, and giving yourself time to talk to the brewers there, because one of our biggest pet peeves is to have the brewer there or representation from the brewery there. So we're not just talking to volunteers. We like to have an educated person pouring the beer. They know the ingredients that are going in the beer. They work with it. They handle it on a regular basis.
So not only can you have a fun time, get wasted. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. No, but you could. It's academic too.
Responsibly.
Responsible.
Always drink responsibly.
Yes,
right.
Thank you. You're talking these days. Yeah, you must want to hit me right now. But no, but seriously speaking, though, it's true. So beer aficionados can show up.
Oh yeah.
And people like Peter Lindenfeld, the guest before her husband. I mean, he would love to sit down and have a chat about beer and
One
how
of my
it's made.
favorite
It's
things
a whole world.
once the event's going is riding around on my little golf cart and watching groups of people getting their beer and then not just throwing it back. They're discussing what do you taste here? What do you smell here?
It's a celebration. It's a celebration of beer.
Absolutely.
It's a serious art, and people have serious takes on it and what they like and what they don't like and how it's changing, like anything else. And people,
and that's kind of what we hope for. We didn't want to just do a festival where people just keep getting back in line and throwing beers back. So we try and make sure we have a quality across the board, but also a large variety. If you can't find a style there that you like, you probably don't like beer at all.
When is the beer festival going to be?
It's 2 weeks from this weekend. It's Saturday, October 13th.
It's always the second Saturday of October.
So every year. So next year we already have the date, Saturday, October 12th.
So what does one have to do to learn more about it? Also, when you go, do you have to pay to get in, or what happens? Do you wear a badge?
Yeah, so we highly recommend people buying their tickets ahead of time. It's a easier way to get in the door. You go to cjbeerfest.com. You can buy your tickets there. They're $10 to get in for basic entry. Does not include any beer. Or if you want to indulge the beer, it's $60 for general admission and $80 for VIP. VIP gets you an extra hour of tasting, a nice glass tasting vessel so you're not drinking out of plastic. Everyone who comes through the door has to be ID'd. You have to be 21 or over to enter.
You can't bring kids then?
No. Yeah.
In a way, that's good though. It's an
State
adult
statute.
No,
so-
but it's an adult. It's an adult
Absolutely,
situation.
yeah.
Adult event.
Find a babysitter for
we
the
both
kids.
have little kids, so
Right, but
it's
you
nice
find-
to get away from them for
No,
a
that's
day.
what I
right?
mean. You can go out with the wife or significant other, friends, and have an adult time.
And that was kind of our
right.
thought too when we were originally doing it, which is why we also have a cash bar there, and why we have the $10 ticket. Like, not everybody likes to drink beer, and we didn't want it to be a
Right.
thing where my wife doesn't drink. I mean, my wife does, but I'm saying, like, my wife doesn't drink beer, so I'm going to go by myself with my buddies because she can come too, and there's live music and
Right.
liquor and
Definitely.
food and stuff like
Also,
that.
it's flexibility with pricing. They have to spend $60
Right.
because they're not going to drink that beer anyway.
Yeah.
So do you get people from all over the state in New York, Philadelphia, because they want
Oh,
to
yeah.
sample it
Yep.
and taste it and meet some of these? What kind of beers are there? From
Everything.
Everything from around the world?
We've got close to 70 brands this year.
Wow, it's a beer garden.
Oh,
really.
yeah.
It's springing up.
About half of them this year are right here from New Jersey. So we like to try and support local. But there's we have German beers. There's an Indian beer company this year.
Wow.
So it's literally a little bit of everything.
You want to try everything.
Yeah, and it's not just for beer aficionados. It's also for the beginner who wants to try the craft beer and really doesn't want to go to a bar and consume a whole pint
Gotcha.
or commit to a flight. It's a way for them to go there and really get all their flavors at once. Do I like a wheat beer? Do I like a pale ale? Do I like the IPAs? Dark, light. Which hops do I like? And because you're trying so many, it's so what? You take one, you throw it out. You didn't like it. You dump it out in buckets. You drink some water, rinse your palate, try something else. And then what people eventually do is they start going only to the tents that they really want because it has their style of beer. And then they'll indulge with those beers and stuff like that. So
There's 150 or more choices of different beers. So
Wow. And then what kind of food do you have?
we have food trucks and food vendors from some are just food trucks that go from festivals and you recognize, and we have a couple local restaurants. Brothers Pizza on Route 33 brings a wood-burning pizza oven.
Oh, nice.
And they do chicken parm sandwiches usually with vodka sauce on it, which is very popular. We have Susie's rolling wrappers. Sal's Crazy Corn on the Cob this year is new. There's Argentinian barbecue.
there's tacos.
Yeah. Another local restaurant is Seasons 52 will be there.
I got to write your PR. This tantalizes and tingles all your senses.
That's what we hope for.
At the same time, you meet a lot of interesting people.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about, and you don't have to worry about kids either.
Right.
Everyone's adults and everything. And then there's music.
There's live music. We have DJ John Rossi. He's going to be emceeing the
Oh,
event.
I know DJ. I met him. He's a great guy. He's on my
Yep.
Facebook.
So we'll be emceeing the event and playing music throughout. And then we also have the Polish Nannies. They're an upcoming band who's
They do great
really-
covers. I listened to them before I did this interview too. So you can dance.
More local
drink,
guys,
eat.
we like
Right.
to try and support the people who support us.
What are you doing during all this time, though? Are you having fun during this day?
Once it starts, kind of. Leading up to it, it's a little tough.
every year it gets a little easier for us.
Because you've done it before. You kind of know about permits and
Right.
tents and.
But, once it's going and we see the people that, there's a lot of the people that are there are our family and friends, or it's people that come to our bar year round. And when we see them having a good time, that makes it worth it,
How many people could you guestimate were there last year? You have the tickets and everything.
The last 3 years we've had roughly 3,000 plus people.
Wow.
Yeah.
It didn't rain, did it? What happens if it does rain, though? That always bothers me. You have the tents.
We have tented areas. We have some indoor area.
Coincidentally, it has rained the last 3 years. Light rain or rain in the beginning of the day.
Didn't
We
seem
have
to
a lot of
bother
tent
anybody.
areas. Yeah. Bring a poncho, a light jacket, umbrella. There's indoor area. There's the Mercer County Park Festival Grounds is connected to the ice skating rink.
Right.
So we always bring
Where the
stuff
concert is. Concert
Yep.
is.
Yeah.
Right.
So we bring stuff inside there. We have vendors inside there. We have a lot of tents. All the breweries on their tents. So, whether you want some shade on a hot day or whether you want to be covered from the rain, there's definitely options for that.
I have to say this again. Joey Biscotti got you here. He says, can you plug Dulce Vita? I can't pronounce that.
Dolce Video
Media.
Media.
So Dulce Vita, you say it,
Dolce Media Media. Dolce Vita Media.
is the official sponsor, it's like I've been drinking, for this event.
He's a media sponsor, so he promotes our event. He's one of our many sponsors, yeah. And he's doing great. He gets our name out there. He does all the media attention for us, and
He helped us find the Bierman.
The Bierman. I am the
Bierman.
Bierman. So if I show up, can I get a discount ticket because I'm famous and I'm a VIP?
He might take care of you.
You might say, oh, I might go now.
I might even throw you a free ticket just for having us on the show.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
What better than a Bierman at a beer festival?
Right.
I'll bring my wife too.
She's got to pay.
I understand. You have to make a profit too. What do you do? So, back up. What do you do during the rest of the year? The restaurant is called
Blend Bar and Bistro.
And you guys run it together?
Yeah, it's I'm one of the owners. There's 5 owners, but we also own the pizzeria next to us. Rick is my manager. He does a lot of the beer ordering. I do a lot of the spirits ordering. We both equally market and promote the business. We have events throughout the year. For instance, October 26th, we're discussing this morning. We're gonna have our Halloween party.
Oh, that's great! Yeah,
nice pajama party theme this year. So
I love Halloween. It's an excuse for women to dress slutty and men, I guess, who have transvestite needs to put on dresses. In my opinion.
So what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
I haven't actually gone out that much, to be honest with you. Once you get married, I guess you have kids. I guess you have to get out. But once you start having kids and everything, you forget about those things for a while. But I will go to one event. I'm going to be dressed as a gangster.
That fits you.
Yeah, thank you. Should I take it as a compliment? But yes, that. But
usually you have to dress up for Halloween, so you're just going to go as yourself.
Yeah. Psychotic. But I've just noticed the trend has been, and again, it's a lot of fun. Halloween's got marketed more and more to adults and stuff. It's a big part of your business, I guess, in the fall. It's another reason to have people coming.
Yeah, I don't know if we grew up when we realized that, or if that's something new. But yeah,
I think it's new. I think it's new. We were, I grew up in the baby boom more, and it was just all kids. And then I guess the beverage lobbying group got together and said, "Hey, this is a void we can fill with adults getting involved." And now it's become like a big adult, to me, fantasy, because you can become someone else for a day too and have fun and drink. I guess it's good for singles. What kind of people go to your restaurant though? All types, I guess, all types, because it's family, singles.
We don't really discriminate. I mean, if you like beer, if you like booze, if you just like good food, everyone's welcome.
The single thing is important though, isn't it? People think they can meet other people. I'm not saying in a salacious way, but just make new friends, meet old ones.
We've had engaged couples meet there, right?
Yeah, we've definitely had people that have been there. I don't think anyone's actually got engaged on our premises, but definitely have met there for the first time and gone on to get engaged and married. So, there's definitely single things. Can't help to notice that everyone else at the bar is swiping left or right for one reason or another.
But another thing about
I don't understand that whole logic nowadays, but I guess that's the way to do it.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, middle. Yeah, Tinder's like white, right? If they like you, left, it's not. He's playing.
I'm lost on it too.
Okay.
No,
Are you married too?
Yeah, I'm married and got 2 little kids as well.
But the restaurant business seems so difficult. It seems you have to be married to that. It'd be hard to marry to another person. Isn't it 24/7?
You have to have a wonderful, understanding wife, which we both do.
Yes, we do.
And the kids can play in the kitchen. No, that'd be dangerous. But
they visit sometimes.
They visit and stuff. And you're the manager. So
yes, sir.
The most important thing is when I was in grad school, you probably know this much better than I do. The worst thing about a restaurant is the people who you have to hire and hopefully will work for you and you can trust and they don't steal and they show up on time. And
a lot of that is top down though. Like as long as the management's good, your staff's going to be good, right?
Okay. And if there's bad apples, they get exposed.
It's character selection. You interview people. You just do the best you can. You train the best you can. You educate the best you can. And
but if you're
motivate
good,
the best you can. I don't think we have that problem. So luckily, people have been good to us, and we've been good to them. And
that's a good point, though. If you're fair, honest, and you treat them well, most likely people are going to show loyalty back.
We try.
And stuff. And if they're bad apple, they'll probably fall by the wayside.
We try that with the festival, too. It's probably a third of the people that come every year have been there every year.
Yeah.
So that's the best advertisement.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have testimonials on your website?
We should.
And stuff.
But, there's reviews if you go on our Facebook.
No, I read the reviews. Yeah. But the reviews, can they be doctored? I know they have algorithms, they say now, for Facebook and Google.
That's what they say, but I feel like that takes a lot of work and time that we don't have.
Yeah, but I know that. Yeah. No, I believe.
We're not that fancy. We're not Facebook by any means.
I'm not foolish. So, but the feeling I'm getting is a cocktail psychologist, and after I drink, I call it liquid Berlitz. My psychology and my Spanish gets better. Even
you
my
and
wife,
everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not that unique. You think you guys seem to also have you're doing this also because you wanted to give back. I always get this kind of thing. You think it's just a great community thing. Is that? You want to make a profit, of course, but
it's a great community thing. Every year we pick a nonprofit. This year we're giving back to troops through the combat veterans of combat motorcycle vets of New Jersey. In the past, we've done the YMCA of Princeton's Breast Cancer Resource Center.
Oh, okay.
So we tied in Princeton for sure. And even throughout the year, like in November at the bar, we're doing a pancreatic cancer event. But besides giving back financially or just giving back to the community, like, we just like to have a good time with our friends and family in the local community. So
And it's the people who support us year round. So this is kind of our party for them too. Thanks for sticking with us through the whole year.
And what do you do after this is over? You take a deep sigh of relief
for about a day, and then start planning for next year.
Really, it goes back to that. Wow.
Well, the day of the festival, we actually sell tickets for the following year at a discounted rate. So
yep.
Smart. That's smart because people are having a good time.
Exactly.
Having a good time. Why not?
And it's the cheapest they'll get the tickets as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a card on you? I'll give you mine before I forget.
I think I have some in.
Oh.
I don't have a beer
I also
festival.
want to remind you about the free entrance, possibly. No,
we'll remember you.
I'll give you a token to come find me, though.
Okay. Well, again, this sounds like a lot of fun. Let's go through the most important thing. How again, when it's going to be, the website and everything, and what calendar do they want to look into?
So I don't know which camera, but there's plenty of them to look at. So most important thing is that you mark on your calendars right now. Pull out your phones. It's Saturday, October 13th. It's 2 weeks from this weekend. And if you go right now to cjbeerfest.com, that's cjbeerfest.com, and use the code CJBeerFest, you'll get...
C as in zoo, J as in Jack.
No, C as in Central.
Oh, sorry.
J as in Jersey, Beerfest. Central Jersey Beerfest, cjbeerfest.com with the code C as in Central, J as in Jersey Beerfest. You'll save 15% off to the end of the month. So between now and September 30th.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your tickets early and save that 15%.
And you'll get hundreds of beers, fine food, dancing, adults only, so you don't have to worry about the kids.
Yep.
And stuff, and maybe meet interesting people.
Plus, if you've never been to Mercer County Park, especially if you live in this area, it's a gorgeous location.
Yeah, people don't realize how.
Yeah. The whole park is gorgeous, but we're specifically at the festival grounds. The stage is built in, meant for live music events. It's kind of a cool place to be at in general, and it's nice that you can be there and have some beer and food too.
And parking is easy.
There's plenty of parking. We also recommend taking public transportation between Uber and Lyft. We actually offer a free shuttle.
Yep.
This year, Izzo's Brew Bus, they're going to be shuttling people from the Hamilton, New Jersey transit station to the Beer Fest from anywhere from 11 to 2 and then from 4 to 6. They'll just be constant shuttling back and forth.
And you can pretty much get to Trenton or Hamilton from anywhere on the New Jersey Transit line, right? And some of the PA ones. So if people want to take a train, they don't have to worry about an Uber or waiting for a taxi or whatever. Once they get there, we'll have a shuttle running back and forth all day.
Get to your closest train station, whether you're in New Brunswick, Newark, Trenton. Get there, get to Hamilton train station. Get there early and wait. You'll shuttle to the beer festival. So. And
I'll be like a public service announcement. Drink responsibly.
Always
have a good time. Take care of it. Take Uber or Lyft if you need to, or have a friend drive, and come to the CJ Beer Fest. Right. Again, when is that again? October
13th.
13th. All day, good day. I'm looking forward to it, and I already have my token.
We better see you there.
I'm telling my wife I'm going.
There we go.
You're telling her. You better ask her first.
Yeah, that would help too.
Mrs. Bierman, he's coming.
The Bierman.
Yeah. The Bierman.
The Bierman. Well, thank you very much. I want to thank Joey Biscotti and Dolce Vita.
Dolce Vita Media.
We'll get it right.
Thank you.
I'm not even
I don't even drink that much.
Yeah.
You do a good job.
And come see us at Blend as well.
Blend.
Route 33 in Hamilton.
Right. I actually knew about that before I even heard about this beer fest. Though a lot of people. Good pizza. I heard. Very good pizza.
Good pizza with paninis, sandwiches, 22 beers on tap. Over 100 beers to take out in the cooler. I've
been told it's the best pizza in such. After Trenton, Rossi's left. Trenton's kind of gone. They've moved and everything. It's the best pizza, one of the best pizzas in Mercer County and the area.
I am partially biased because I work at Blend, but I am not a member of the family that he is, and it is the best pizza in the area, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably. I should say probably. The only thing I go to Conti's here, but I've heard Blend is the best any place. I have to stick up for Conti's in Princeton. But okay, thank you very much, and I'm going to be there.
Thank you very much, man. We'll see you there. Yep. Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Back again in a quest right now. I love Lauren Lepre, and he's coming back in October, and because he gets great guests and great ratings, he gets them. But now we're also being Princeton centric too. We have a man of many opinions, talents, and a show. I think the only show on Princeton TV for and about Princeton called Princetonian Now. I'm being repetitive in the term Princeton. And before that, you were just talking about Cranberry because you went to Princeton High School. You're
Yes,
Cranberry. So
yes.
what's this story about Grandma Lynn? What's this? Some Victorian?
No, she was my.
What would you call it? Grammy Lynn?
Yeah.
First of all, if I become a grandfather, hopefully I will be. I'm not Grammy or Grampies or Grimps or Mama or Poo Poo. I'm just gonna be grandfather.
Who ever says poo poo for?
I don't know what's Grammy Lynn. It sounds
But
like
who says poo poo?
kids, because the kid's young, the grandkid's young, and they don't like I don't enunciate now, but they don't even enunciate that well.
You want your grandkids to be like, oh, poo poo, you're here.
I've heard that though, mama, tata, kaka, because whatever they say some words.
Okay, now you just said caca.
No, but they're trying to say whatever they say when they're one becomes like the de facto word for the grandma. It could be like mommy, mumu, or something,
I guess.
So who's this grandmother?
Okay, she was my mom's mom, and she was a Cranberry resident forever. And she just thought...
Back before all the rich people from New York moved in or something?
Yeah.
You said the rednecks, though. A lot of
What?
You said a lot, very conservative Cranberry.
Cranberry, yeah, they're very conservative. Not rednecks. They're just the wealthy people.
But
the
wealthy doesn't mean you're conservative. I mean, what do you mean?
No,
they
just
come
like
from one area.
They're the wealthy conservatives.
Oh, but
as in, like, they want to.
But how do they all? Do you have any idea how they all congregated? And it just kind of happened by slowly, just people.
Yeah, just
a lot of Trump signs or something. You're saying?
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I thought Princeton, because Princeton's gone kind of the opposite direction. It's become very almost PC left. You think they'd be like, oh my God, they're like, don't let them in. But anyway, go on.
We don't care.
Anyway, so Grampy or Grandma or whatever her name was.
Just call her Lynn.
Well, what did you call it before?
I called her Grammy Lynn.
Grammy
that's how I grew up
when I
knowing
think
her.
Grammy, I think of like their wards or something. Anyway, okay, so Grammy Lynn.
Yes. She fought for the Cranberry Township to have Cranberry kids go to Princeton High School.
Instead of, when I was young, they went to Hightstown. Then they went to Lawrenceville?
Yes.
And then why Princeton?
No, I think they went Lawrenceville first.
And then to Hightstown?
Yeah.
When I was a young kid, because I'm older than you.
Oh, are you?
Yes. They went to Hightstown, which made sense from a geographical sense.
Yeah, but like it has been stated before that Cranberry kids kind of upgraded the Princeton High School.
In what way?
Because the Cranberry School is a blue ribbon school, and the grades and just like the GPA and the average of all of the Princeton High School got bumped up because Cranberry kids moved in.
Mm-hmm. But who cares? I don't care about that stuff.
No, I'm just saying that.
Oh, but that was a positive.
Yeah, it just made Princeton High School the top 50 high schools in New Jersey.
When I say I don't care, it's just because you have Montgomery. I call it Newrich Power. It seems like Montgomery and West Windsor, that's all they care about. They talk about, the scores and the state scores, and they're all competing with each other and everything. That gets silly.
I mean, I do understand that, Princeton prides itself on being, like, the best. Being like the smartest people go there, etc.
Yeah, I always wondered though, is it nature and nurture? It's probably a combination. Because no matter what, that's one. I don't care what the school looks like. You're still going to get. I remember the year I went there. I mean, what's the award you get senior year? No, I just forgot it. When you get it's a merit scholars. What do they call them? National Merit Scholars.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It blew up the curve compared to other schools. But then I didn't even realize a lot of those kids, some of it was, had to be genes though. I found out like one kid, his father was like the preeminent ceramic engineer. The other one was, harmonic.
Ceramic engineer.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know. They were just neighbors, you don't really think about it that way. And of course, some of it's also nurtured too and expectations and everything. But no matter what, that's going to happen, I think, at Princeton.
I mean, I do understand that Princeton doesn't have much space anymore. Like the Princeton School, and
we had no space when I went there. We all managed. I mean, not saying we shouldn't fix mold problems, but it's not the end all. I guess my point is, what I see is a defective analysis about how much money has to be spent. It's unnecessary just for the space issue. But anyway, go on.
Mm-hmm. No,
does that make any sense? I don't know.
It's just that Cranberry can't have another high school in Cranberry. Because the Cranberry School goes K through 8, and by 8th grade and by 14, or however old you are, when you want to leave, you want to get out, you want to explore the world, because Cranberry, they stifle you in the school because you can't get in any classroom without a teacher's permission. You can't go to the library without the teacher putting you in. It was just so stifling. You were kind of in like a cage.
Sounds like the 30s and 40s in New York school, regular schools,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. So
It's is that strict?
it's really strict. Yeah.
Why? Just the superintendent set that kind of bar? Why did it?
I think so. It's just I don't know why.
So it's like no talking, don't walk in a straight line.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
I was a line leader for a couple times.
Wow. Maybe
Yeah.
your kids needed that. I don't know.
I
Wow.
don't know, yeah.
So going to Princeton High was like liberation.
Oh,
New kids,
absolutely.
new students.
It was great. It
and
was
stuff.
it was one of the better experiences for a lot of Cranberry kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. So I just think even if we go to a different high school, I don't think it would matter much. But Princeton is like the one where we want to go, because we're thrown to a lot of different towns. Like a lot of different towns can have us, but we want to go to Princeton.
But how would you know that you? Like you said, you just said the main point. So you go to someplace else. Everyone will adapt and move on.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just
West Windsor went to Princeton. I mean, God, when I was really, Princeton High was a huge regional school. It was really packed at one time because they got, Montgomery, even if go back to the 50s, Lawrence and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we had trailers to deal with that too. That's the thing. Did they have the trailers when you went there?
they actually, my first year there, they got rid of the trailers.
Oh, and now they're back again.
Are they?
Yeah, I've seen them some outside. I think I have. We had trailers always when I was
because
there.
they built up a whole new wing.
Oh yeah,
Princeton High School.
Yeah, well, that wing sucks because nothing works at it.
It's a great wing.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
At
is.
least in 2002, when you were just a babe in arms, being shuffled like baggage through the Cranberry schools, it wasn't working in 2002. It wasn't. I mean, I was here. I voted yes for that referendum.
Okay.
The heating, the vacuuming, whatever. The heating, the cooling, the windows not opening, and of course the flooding and everything. No, I even people for the referendum said yes, and I mean, it was a fiasco of major proportions. When did you go to Princeton High School?
2008 to 11.
To 11 stuff.
This is when I graduated.
So what time would you have to get on the bus?
For me, 6:30.
And if you played sports, they had more buses. You didn't...
If you had to play sports, well, I played baseball, and when it was pitcher catcher training, the practice starts at 5 a.m.
So Cranberry had just send buses to get for late sports, early sports, after school.
I mean, for the after school, the buses were the regular 250, and then the 5:15, 5:30, and then 6:30.
They had 3 buses? That's a lot of money. They should, because in the old days, no, I remember talking to people before my time, you just left your own devices. You lived in West Windsor or Montgomery, that's when they were said, you just had to find your own way home.
Yeah.
That's what they should do, and then they could save a lot of money. It would build your character, I think.
Okay.
That's what, I'd like to get rid of a lot of the buses here in Princeton. I know they say traffic is worse, but you have a lot of helicopter parents who, I can't believe, the Littlebrook school I went to, I would see parents drive their kids to 3 blocks from where they live to the elementary schools. Like, please.
That's a little much.
Yeah, I don't know. With times have changed. I don't really think they have. The only thing that's really changed, I think, at Princeton is more traffic per se. But, stay on the sidewalks.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So you're for this. So you have a built-in bias. So you just think that it was a beautiful time for you, so everyone else has to share this beautiful time.
It wasn't a beautiful time for me. It was a beautiful time for a lot of others.
So I thought you said you loved going to Princeton High.
I like the freedom of it. Doesn't mean I had a great time there.
Oh, you didn't have you personally.
Yeah. But for every other Cranberry kid you talk to, they say it was like the best 4 years of their lives.
But you think, if you had your druthers, they should be allowed to continue to go to Princeton High School?
I still think that.
To have whatever time they can have.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have a good time?
Reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to get into that.
Were you doing drugs?
Yes. All the drugs.
Were drugs prevalent when you went to Princeton? Oh, nothing like that. Was it crowded back when you... It was crowded when I went, though. I mean, other things...
Like, not more crowded than what other high schools you expect to be.
Yeah, I mean, all this thing... Some of the things I just find ludicrous. Oh, they have to fight through the crowds to get to your class. We did that. I did that.
It was easy.
I survived. I mean,
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough room in the lunchroom, and we survived that too. We went in the hallways and stuff.
Oh, in the lunchroom, you just don't go there.
Exactly. That's what started happening anyway. We all survived and stuff.
And now, like, when I went to school, if you go to the lunchroom, it was completely empty because people just wanted to go where they wanted to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it became also like kind of, those nerds there or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we had really severe cliques. They were like different countries when I went, though. We had like jocks, freaks, blacks, artists. Like the artists hung out by the arch where the old auditorium used to be and everything. And stuff. Jocks by the flagpole, greasers the greasers in the parking lot. It was interesting from an anthropological standpoint.
Yeah, the cliques got a lot better though.
That's what I heard. It was more concrete when I went. I mean, concrete in the sense, even if I was talking to someone else from another group, they're kind of like, why are you talking to that guy? I mean, it wasn't severe peer pressure, but there was lines drawn.
When I was there at PHS, if you were like a jock or a meathead, you were uncool. If you were smart and got like straight A's, you were the people everyone wants to hang out with.
Right. Wow, that's I guess the way it should have been in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, because in high school it's a different, usually meritocracy. The jock is always so it's changed.
Yeah, because like whenever, let's say a jock asked out a girl, the girl would be like, "No, you're stupid."
Wow.
Yeah.
So it changed. It went on the opposite dime. Wow.
At least there, because I'm sure other high schools it's like, oh, the meatheads are like the jocks are the cool ones.
Yeah, at least for the high school period in life and everything. And now, and I remember, Princeton High kind of always being ahead of the curve. They had computer programs and everything. Mm-hmm. Some of those guys who were kind of nerdy, and they were in something called the Black Hole. It was an upstairs room with a black. It was like a black orb hanging on the wall. Yeah. I'm sure some of them are probably multi-billionaires too, because they started they're like Bill Gates kind of they were doing computer programming, just buying it, saying all these things way ahead of the rest of the country.
Yeah, and
in a local public high school.
And just going back to Cranberry School people, a more percentage of them got to Ivy Leagues.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
Only one person went to Harvard, and he was a Cranberry kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And when was this?
When I graduated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then
that's kind of surprising. Usually, in my high school class, a lot of people went. Not a lot, but there was a lot of Ivy League, and then you had more Colgate and stuff like that. Yeah, Stanford.
More Cranberry kids went to Ivy Leagues than Princeton kids out of Princeton High School.
Wow,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're for it, yeah?
I'm for it, but I don't go to school anymore. I finished everything I wanted to do, so really, it's not a big deal. It's just. I did go to Cranberry and I went to Princeton, so I'm just thinking.
And you went to college and now you're unemployed. See what the Princeton High education did for you, or the Cranberry schools?
It made me a better person.
Is that a sign of optimism on your point, or terror? And let's get to Princetonian now, though. What's happening with Princetonian now? The only show for and about Princeton, which is kind of weird because we're Princeton TV, but
the new season is starting up. We have season 2 coming out. September is going to be out very, very soon. We have 2 events covered. The third event is this weekend.
What are the first 2 events we did? I'm helping them out on the show.
Yeah, the first.
And you don't fire me, which is really weird.
Because you're a great host.
Yeah, but I terrorize you, or I attempt to, and you don't do that to me. You're too magnanimous, I guess.
I try to make it fun.
Okay. Anyway,
so the first one was the open house at the Arts Council, which we found, which was great. We talked to a lot of people. We met Chris Rollins from PST.
Local legend, PST around when I was a kid too.
Then the second event we did was the first music festival in Palmer Square, where a lot of bands and musicians.
It wasn't jazz, yeah. It
was just musicians and bands around the local area, and just came and played on the square. In the 2 stages, there was a left stage and then the center stage, and it just was a very fun time.
And what I didn't realize, I think we discussed this, people were afraid to come up. People wanted us to interview them, but they were too shy, like we're some big deal or something. And
but then there was that jazz guy who's like, hey, we saw you walking around and we really
He found a kid, but he was even shy too.
Yeah.
Talk about when I was saying, both sides don't really, we communicated. We actually are interested in meeting more people.
Oh, absolutely.
We thought maybe we were bothering them,
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's watching this right now, if you see us walking around Princetonia now, please come up to us. Say hello. Say you want to be interviewed, or just say, hey.
And maybe next time there's something I want you to cover or something.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't cover everything. There's only 2 of us, but we'll try. We'll put you on the list. Or who you just don't know, but we're all completely open.
Well, as we said before, we want to do the events that are fun. No, special readings or anything. Nothing boring. Right. We want to keep it fun and upbeat, and just try to get as many interesting people on camera as we can.
Right. And it's all in Princeton. And what are we doing coming up this Sunday?
This one is a picnic at the Updike Farmstead about the Historical Society. And they're going to have reenactments. They're going to have people playing as different historical figures who went through or from Princeton. Like we might see an Einstein around.
Wow, I could ask about his sex life.
You could. I don't know what
Also,
you would say.
we're family friendly. I can't. That's right.
I mean,
I got to change my. I can compartmentalize, and I'm a little less irreverent. I'm more like
Pristonia now
AM
is more family friendly than
yes,
Breezin.
yeah, it's more AM New York-ish. Like, so how long have you been, washing the sidewalks? No.
Yeah.
So I got to be Einstein. So I'll joke around. Who else should be there? Stockton, Einstein.
Whoever else lived in Princeton, maybe George Washington might be there
Well,
because he walked the Princeton battlefield.
When it was capital of the United States, when the Continental Congress kept on running around, he was in Nassau Hall and everything too.
Exactly. So I think we'll see a lot of those people, and we'll just give me a fun time. That's what we try to do with Pristonia now. Just have fun.
Mm-hmm. So what time are we going there on Sunday?
I think it starts at 1.
Did you tell them we're coming, or you don't bother with that?
No, I emailed them.
Oh, really? I guess they want us to come. They have to start giving us something though.
Yeah.
And that's when you have to start demanding. I want something in return. What can they do? Send us back in time? I don't know.
I mean, that'll be interesting. That'll be a run.
Well, maybe they give us I don't know, like a free hot dog or historical hot dog or something.
I mean, it is a picnic. Maybe they'll give us free hot dogs anyway.
Right, and stuff.
We get free stuff when we go.
Mm-hmm.
We got free shirts.
That's what we did get free. We had to ask though.
Yeah, but they still.
So what else are you thinking of? Anything else in the future? Or it's just going to do that, and then we'll let it rest for a little bit while you produce.
No, we're
the show.
We're as soon as September ends, we're running right into October. We're gonna do every single month up until April. I'm planning.
Wow.
April or May. Yeah, season 2. Because during the summer we kind of stopped because everyone's on vacation and nothing really happens in the summer. But fall, a little bit of winter, and all in the last spring is just like every event.
And one thing I talked about, we're busy, we don't get to. I like if we can get the lighting, go cover, just walk around Princeton at night and see, drop by the bars and everything.
We can absolutely do that.
That'd be pretty interesting too. The nightlife.
Just the nightlife of Princeton.
Because everyone comes to this town now. It's amazing. Well, I guess it's been like that for the past 20 years.
We could actually.
You can't find a parking space on a weekend.
We could actually maybe try doing that if we cover the Christmas tree lighting again. We could do a night out, or maybe before.
Yeah, Christmas tree lighting. That too. No, I get more because we just stand in the cold and everything. But I guess it's all ceremonial and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to find good things because this October we're gonna have Day of the Dead again. And we're gonna have a graveyard tour, which I'm excited about.
We are?
Yeah.
What graveyard?
It's October 26th.
Princeton Cemetery?
Yeah.
Oh, at night?
Yeah.
Mimi O is doing that? Maybe from Princeton Tour Company? Who's doing that?
I have no idea. I need to look it up, but there is a graveyard tour that would be fun.
Yeah. And I mean, I've gone on the historical tour, but I like to a real ghost tour. That would be even better.
Oh, I'll try to find that.
Do a seance or something and try to contact, Aaron Burr's there, Richard Stockton, the Menendez.
You and I can do our own seance in the back.
Because you got the Menendez husband and wife there. Ask them, I think I know what Lyle did kill them and the brother did kill them. They were accusing.
I mean, you can ask them if we do the seance and it works.
Stockton, Aaron Burr, who else is buried there? Sylvia Beach.
Do you know any familiars?
Familiars? What are you talking about?
Or the middlemen people? What are they called?
The middlemen. So, the people who bury you?
No, the people who can talk to ghosts.
Oh, seances. I guess psychics or ghost whisperers or something.
Aren't they called familiars? Mediums.
Mediums.
That's it.
Mediums. Yeah. That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. We have 56 seconds. So that's been great. This has been another. What show am I doing?
Breezin with Bierman?
Yes, Breezin with
Look
Bierman.
here. Look there.
I'm a little tired. And stuff. Another hopefully eclectic and exciting Breezin with Bierman with Mary Clerman, people from the CJ Central New Jersey Beer Fest, Patrick McDonald, who I fired earlier today, but then I let him back on the show. And then
you rehired me.
Yes, and Mary Clerman, I do appreciate. I do apologize, Mary, too. I guess I went off on my own spiel, but I have my own hot feelings about the referendum against it. I just so many things don't make sense. It's like a money pit, in my opinion. But if you do offer the referendum, come on the show, grab me, tell me you want to be on. Even if you don't want me there, you can speak for 10 minutes, and we get to rebut it if we want to afterwards and everything. But we have to try to. I want both sides.
Also, if you want to be on Princestonia Now, you can find me on my YouTube. It's a Princestonia Now, and then on Vimeo.
What's the name of your YouTube?
It's just my name, Patrick McDonald.
Just like the regular Patrick McDonald.
Yeah, and there's a Princestonia Now playlist that you can go.
And I've watched it because I love to watch myself.
And you can also email me at Patrick.McDonald06, and it's the period, the symbol. bierman06@gmail.com.
And maybe we can get a medium and talk to Granby Lynn and ask her how she got such a silly name. But anyway, that's been another Breezin with Bierman. We'll be back next month in October.
See you.